Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the container block in WordPress Nextr. This is part of a series of videos taking a look at Nextr's blocks one by one. To get started, let's open up a brand new blank page to look at this block on its own. Before we continue any further, for the beginners out there, let's take care of some housekeeping things. If this right-hand sidebar isn't here, there's this button called Settings beside Publish. Just click on that and it should show up. This is where all of the options to toggle and configure for our block will show up. Next, let's give our page a title. Just to keep things organized, and last but not least, let's add the block itself. On the top left corner over here, we have this plus icon called a block inserter, and this left-hand sidebar shows us all the blocks that we can use. Now we can either search for the block, or as you can see, Nextr block is right here. We can either scroll down, but you can see container is right here. Either click on it or drag and drop it anywhere in your workspace. Let's go ahead and close this and start talking about it. So the container block is one of the most core and base blocks that you're going to use when building your website. Now, once we drop it in here, we're going to be prompted between two different types. Let's take a look at grid for the meantime, and then let's open up a Flexbox one down below. So once we click grid, it's going to ask us what structure do you want. So we have a few different options here. And let's go ahead and with these three over here. And now it's time to add content. Now, what do you want to add? Well, you can add anything. So we can either put a price over here. We can put an info box. We can put image, right? And then we can put in our image here. And we have videos talking about each one of these blocks one by one. So check those out. But for this video, we're concerned about the container block itself. So whatever makes these arranged in this certain grid pattern of three. Now, as you can see, we don't really have access to our container options on the right-hand sidebar. If we were to click on each one of these, it's going to give us the options for pricing table, info box, and image. But you can see here on the quick toolbar, if we click over here, select parent block, it gives us the options to container. Another way you can do this is you can click on these three lines over here and you can see container, container, and then you can select these individual blocks from within. Okay, so let's just click on container, right, this parent one over here, and let's take a look at our options. So first, with our layout tab, we have content width, so boxed or full width, right? And then we can put how many percent we want. Make it full width, that's fine. We can change the height to fit the screen or minimum height. We can change our gutter spacing, our overflow. And then for our grids, we have some options and we can custom set the ratios of our grid items depending on their size. So if I wanted to put the second item over here a bit wider, I can do that, but it's going to overflow into the second. So let's, oops. Okay, we'll just set it to that to keep them organized. And one cool thing you can see here is that we can, well, with these dots over here, we should be able to rearrange them, but all this does is rearrange your settings. We can add more columns if we wanted to. We can also add more rows. Now, we can also change the alignment for these, but it depends if we have enough padding over here. We can change the column gap as well. And this is something that's very useful if you are laying your website out. All right, so let's go back over here and put it to min-max. Okay. Next, we have our extra options here. So we have our wrapper link. So if we were to click on this, it's going to give us a URL, redirect us. We can put an overlay on this. We can make this whole thing sticky, right? We can change the animation for it being sticky, and we can make it sticky on desktop, tablet, and or mobile. Okay. And we can just disable that. And Under style, we can change our background color, or we can add a gradient or an image. So let's change our background color to something a bit more pleasing to the eyes, something that's a bit readable as well. Okay, and that looks fine. We can add a shadow. We can put dividers on here, on the top, right? And we can change the color of this to make it a bit lighter. We can change the width and the certain height of it, right? And then we can also bring it to front to cover it. We can also invert it. And we can also change our background color and make it animated. Some cool options just to make these look a bit more interesting when they load in. So it's not just laying, well, for Nextr at least, it's not just laying your blocks in a grid or rows. You can also add interesting backgrounds to them to make your website look a bit more interesting. So under advanced settings, we have our standard global settings, global styles, spacing, miscellaneous extras, display rules, and our responsive settings here to hide it on desktop, tablet, or mobile. So there you have it. Let's take a look at our flex box over here, and let's go with these ones. So here I'll go ahead and add an image again, and let's use a different one. Probably the Mogger dog over here, this chocolate Labrador, and we'll put an info box here, and we can put a pricing table, and you can see it starts to shift, and we have a few different options again for here, and we can change our minimum height for all of this and our minimum width, right? And it's containers within containers within containers. So we can change our minimum width and our height and so on and so forth. So that's the difference with Flex Table. It changes Flex Grid, Flex Table, because it changes everything up. And in some circumstances, it actually makes it easier to edit your website that way. So we have the traditional grid over here, the classic one, and we have the Flex one over here. So let's go ahead and click on Publish and take a look at how it looks like on our live site. And here we have our containers containing our blocks that we've put inside them. So there's your containers for Nextr. Very cool, very easy to use, and easy to make look really nice, and easy to lay things out. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, as it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. Show this kind of video to other nerds like us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Hey, if you found this video helpful, be sure to check out one of our other videos, or go ahead and check out our channel and subscribe to see more content like this.